And we're live. Good morning to everyone in the UK. Good evening to everyone in Australia and everyone else around the world. I think France, Spain, good morning. And anyone in Europe, good morning. Everyone in Russia, I think good morning too. Anyways, hello everyone. Thank you very much for joining in and tuning in. So, Djokovic versus Karatsev, the first men's semi-final. Karatsev, who's just been on this fantastic form of run, or run of form even, and the dude has just been incredible, to be honest with you. I mean, to get to the semis, considering it's his first Grand Slam, I think the last person to win it unseeded was Boris Becker at Wimbledon when he was 17. So that was in the 80s, I think. Um, so this has just been an incredible tournament for him. And I think, unfortunately, it's probably going to end here because Djokovic has been, I mean, as you can tell from the score, 6-3, 5-2 so far. Now Djokovic's serve, actually, which I have to note because I should do that. And it just looked, I don't know if he's looked particularly tight. He has looked quite tight. He's got a really, really big backhand, Karatsev, but hasn't quite utilized it or been able to utilize it as much just because Djokovic is just such a good returner of the ball. And, um, someone like Schwartzman is very quick across the surface, very, very quick across the surface. But, man, Djokovic has come out like a steam train, and he's a lot more, I would say, flexible and elastic, which Karatsev probably isn't super used to. Well, he won't be used to facing anyone like Djokovic on tour. And some shots that he's hitting, which I'm assuming he's thinking are going to be winners. Djokovic is just like he's stretching for them, getting them, and it's just so easy for him. So I think Djokovic is just putting on a ruthless display, let's say. So well done to him. So far, I'm hoping that Karatsev can put up more of a battle in the third set, because I think this set is pretty dead and buried. With Djokovic, I think is just looking so strong at the moment, and I don't think we're going to get as much drama as the Tsitsipas versus Nadal match that we had yesterday, because that was obviously a lot more drama to it, wasn't it? 100%, a lot more drama. But let's see. So I'm kind of excited to see tomorrow's match, which is Tsitsipas versus Medvedev. I think that's definitely my pick. Also, so strangely, they split out the semi-finals in a very strange way. So they've, as you can see below, Osaka beat Serena 6-3, 6-4, which I kind of picked. She is also my pick to win, for anyone who doesn't know, and was before the tournament. But they played that, which is fine, because normally they have the women's semis on the Thursday, and then on the Friday they have the men's semis, and then because you had the final on the Saturday for the women's, and then you have the men's final on the Sunday, right? Like that's just kind of what normally happens in slams. However, that has not happened this time, and for some reason, I don't know why. I'm unsure, to be honest with you. But in the women's singles, obviously, as you can see, they play both semi-finals, which is, again, normal. So Brady came through as well, 6-4, 3-6, 6-4. And then also they're playing this match now, the men's semi-final on the Thursday, which to me is a bit strange, right? Because you've got 3 of the semi-finals out of the 4 on one day. So it's lopsided. And then you've got 1 on the Friday. Not sure why. Whilst I'm talking, actually, Karatsev has just opened up a break point. His first breakpoint opportunity, I think. And Djokovic has double faulted. Let's see. I mean, this is a big opportunity for Karatsev here. I mean, he's actually 2 breaks down. But if he can just get this break back, even if he loses the set, it just sends a message to Djokovic like, you know what? I'm here, I'm present, and I'm not going anywhere. So I think Karatsev, this is his big opportunity now, 100%. Like, he's got to break here. Even though he's 2 breaks down, as I said, it just gives him it's a message of intent from Karatsev if he breaks it. I mean, his two-handed backhand is very, very solid, and he's gone big for the forehand. I think that's drifted wide. Yeah, it has. He's gone big down the line. Unfortunately, drifted wide. Juice now, and Karatsev's doing a it's difficult, right? It's difficult because this is not an easy. Um, this is like the hardest. I think this is one of the hardest things in tennis, playing Djokovic on the Rod Laver Arena in Australia. After probably playing Nadal at Roland Garros. Um, like this is definitely one of the biggest challenges in sport. Not just playing Djokovic in general, but Djokovic in Australia especially. But Karatsev has just opened up another break point here. So he's add up on Djokovic's serve on a crucial point. Let's see what he can do here. So it was a very good return actually here from Karatsev. It's a return winner down the line, cracking forehand, just absolutely crunched that down the line. Karatsev looks a very, very powerful player, like very, very powerful player. So I'm really, really impressed with how he's been doing. And yeah, let's kind of see how it goes. Should also be expecting Venu, I think, in about hopefully 10 or 10 around 10 minutes. And Karetsev's just broken with a fantastic backhand down the line. So he's got one of the breaks back, and the crowd are definitely trying to G him up. I think just because they probably want to see more tennis. Interestingly, I think so. We've been watching a lot of the matches, and there haven't been crowds. But I think that's just because when we've been tuning in, it's been midnight. So I think the curfew is midnight for crowds. So they're just, which is interesting. So they're not allowed past midnight, which is an interesting one. I wonder why it's just the midnight curfew rather than like they just are not allowed to go and play tennis. But I saw like some cricket players and other celebrities like posting about it, and then obviously I've been watching and I can see there's a crowd. So yeah, interesting. I'm assuming it's going to like fill out. They're going to have to file out even soon. Karatsev's is looking quite good here. This could be an opportunity if he can hold here, which he has to obviously. Just say in the set. You never know. You can put pressure on Djokovic's serve, and like tennis is a funny game, and sometimes it does swing around amounts at times. So let's see how it goes. Karatsev serves quite. Oh god! So that serve that Karatsev just hit was out, but Djokovic just absolutely like pinged a backhand back like a rocket across court, and probably would have been a return winner. That's the worst. Seriously, that's the worst. Though when someone serves and it's out, but you hit such a good return, you kind of just wish it wasn't out because you know it's a return winner. You just absolutely pinged the forehand or backhand. So backhand unforced errors, right? So everyone's going on about Kratz's backhand, but 14 for him and only 4 for Djokovic. I think he's going. I don't know whether he's a bit tight on that side or whether he's trying to go too big on it, because people are saying he's got a very, very good and solid backhand. So a bit of a shame. We've seen so many unforced errors from Karatsev so far, but he looks to be getting more into the game here. That break back is crucial, and now he needs to hold here to stay in the set, and then he just needs to push. And Djokovic has got very, very lucky there. He's just returned it, it's clipped the net cord, and just trickled down. And Djokovic is now opened up, not a break point, but he's 30-15 up on Karatsev's serve. So, I mean, Karatsev here, this is, as I said, it's a crucial hold. Djokovic putting up his hands in apologies, but he's probably in the back of his mind thinking, I don't really though, because that'd be great serve down the tee on the ad side, a 30-all. I'd say it's interesting, right? Because if Karatsev can hold here, can he put a lot of pressure on Djokovic's serve? I mean, can he break him twice in a row? I mean, the odds saying no, because obviously Djokovic is just that good, but you just never know in tennis, right? Like you just absolutely never know. So let's see. Really good play by Karatsev. I mean, he's doing really, really well here. Really impressed by him. He's doing a fantastic job. So backhand slice cross court by Djokovic, and then Karatsev just crunches this backhand down the line. I think that's what people are talking about in terms of his backhand. That he's almost equally strong on both. And most tennis players, they're very forehand heavy, right? They're huge off the forehand, and the backhand is solid, but it's not a huge weapon. But for Karatsev, it is. I think it is a weapon, and he's got weapons on both sides, and he's solid. Um, Bit too many unforced errors today, but someone like Djokovic will make you make unforced errors because you have to work so hard for the other points. Djokovic is, I think that's landed in. That is a fantastic forehand. It's a bit of a lasso forehand, kind of similar to like a Nadal forehand by Djokovic, and it's dropped just in the corner, like an inch in the corner of the court. And Karatsev's probably thinking, yeah, it's clipped the line. I mean, fantastic shot by Djokovic. It's juice here, and Djokovic putting Karatsev under pressure, not making it easy for him to stay in the set here, I have to say. Thank you as well for everyone who is tuning in or will be tuning in. Please do like the video and fire with any questions or comments that you may have. So Karatsev, add up here. I like, you don't see too many people with wearing caps nowadays, do you? Most people wear the headbands or don't go with any cap. No one wears the no one wears the cap the wrong way around anymore as well. Like Tommy Haas used to. That's quality. I used to love that. I started emulating that a little bit, but I realised that I don't look very good with it. And Karatsev holding here. Really impressive stuff. And 5-4. So I'll date the score. 5-4, and Karatsev is now looking. Well, he's going to have to look to break Djokovic here. Just stay in the set, 5-all, and then try and win it, because at first I just thought this set was gone really at 5. What was it, 5-1? Yeah, 5-1. But Karatsev has won 3 games in a row. One service game, broken Djokovic, won another service game. Can he win 4 in a row? I mean, he's in the ascendancy. So who knows? Who knows, right? Anyone's game at this point, considering that Karatsev is playing the way he is. Tennis point. Is this Wilson's? I mean, it says tennispoint.co.uk/Wilson, so I'm assuming that Wilson's. Oh no, it doesn't. It doesn't. Fair enough. I mean, these guys must be raking it in, 100% raking it in. What did you guys think? For those of you who also watched the Serena versus Osaka match, I mean, were you surprised by it? Because a lot of people were, I wouldn't say high on Serena, but I think they were just thinking, you know what, this could be the chance Serena can finally get, like, you know, she can win another Grand Slam for the first time since I think it's like 2017. So, yeah, there's a lot to kind of get through with that. And Djokovic starting off his service game with an ace, out wide to Karatsev's forehand, and ace number 11 for him, compared to 4 from Karatsev. And Djokovic put on a really ruthless display of serving actually in the quarterfinal, and he's doing the same thing here. I have to say, like, he's been very, very impressive, for sure. Djokovic here. He's not doing too badly, I think, Karatsev. I mean, he's hanging in there, but Djokovic now 30 love up. I mean, how many people would put their house on Djokovic holding his serve here, 30 love up, 5-4 up? Probably no one, right? But if you're ever going to do something, I mean, Djokovic is serving so well at the moment, apart from that break. I think he's just missed the first serve out wide again. He tried to go for that acute angle to get an ace again, but didn't quite. Second serve into Karatsev's forehand. I think Djokovic actually thinks that. I don't think he's scared of either Karatsev's forehand or backhand. Just by the way he's playing, like, he's varying up his shots, and I don't think he's particularly. Not that he's not worried, but I just think Karatsev has Like his backhand is a weapon, his forehand, but it's not so much of a weapon that he thinks I need to target one or the other. And they're kind of equally as good, but not equally as exceptional, if that makes sense. Like someone like Nadal, right? People don't just always hit to his forehand because they know that they're going to lose points. I guess that's similar to Djokovic, right? He's so solid on both. His forehand's improved a lot. His backhand's always been very good. And he tries to dictate points more with his forehand, which is kind of the more modern way. Karatsev's he's just looped a backhand long, and we have Venu.
You all right, mate?
I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. Do you have your earphone?
Why? What's wrong with it at the moment?
No, I'm just saying because I can hear background noise. That's why. But Djokovic here he's got 2 set points here.
All right, I'll go and get it. I'll be back.
Cool, that's fine. Djokovic, yeah, and he's just netted a backhand into the net. Yeah, really good stuff from Djokovic here. Venu will be joining us shortly. He just popped in. Needs to get his earphones and he'll be popping back in. Can Karatsev save himself really here from being 2 sets to love down, which is going to be really tough. I mean, I'd love to see the stats. They showed the stats yesterday from Nadal. I think he's only lost 2 matches out of like something like ridiculous, like 250 matches when he's been 2 sets to love up in a Grand Slam. And I'd love to see Djokovic's stats because surely it's pretty similar. I can't imagine he's lost many matches when he's been 2 sets to love up. Probably you can probably only count it on your hand, maybe maximum, I'd say. Karatsev with a good backhand return down the line on the ad side. All good slice from Djokovic. Karatsev goes cross court and down the line. And Djokovic crunches a backhand cross court. This is a really good rally. And Djokovic is definitely making Karatsev work for this, let's say that. But Karatsev is also making Djokovic work. Oh, really good drop shot by Karatsev. Backhand slice drop shot. Just changed up the pace. I mean, it was a backhand. Well, sorry, it was a back of a court rally. 32 shots, unbelievable rally from the back of the court, and then eventually Karatsev playing and changing up the pace with that backhand drop shot, and he played at the right time because Djokovic managed to get there, but just wasn't able to get enough on it to get it over the net. And someone like Djokovic, if he's not getting over, then it's a good drop shot. Karatsev, really, really good, and it's juice, and he's putting pressure on Djokovic. He's not going to make it easy for him to serve out the second set, which is exactly what you want. And I think, even if he loses this set, I think it puts him in good stead even for the third set, just because at the moment he's what a return! What a return! Wow. He's gone forehand cross court after Djokovic has just served. He's basically read it because Djokovic tried to go for that ace out wide to the forehand, and Karatsev just crunched a forehand cross court, and just absolutely crunched it. Sorry for that. My screen just turned off for some reason, but absolutely crunched a forehand cross court, and unbelievable stuff. Wow, unbelievable return winner. But Karatsev can't do anything. That's so frustrating that as a returner, because once you've just hit a return winner like that, and he's thinking, I'm ad up, it's another break. Come on, let's just get something back in court so that I can give myself a chance. Djokovic just goes big on the ad side to his backhand, and next thing you know, it's just like it's gone into the net. Like what? Like you're just thinking to yourself, like, what's going on? There's absolute carnage going on at the moment. But yeah. Hello, Venu. You're back.
Is that better? Can you hear me?
Yeah, it's good. Really clear. I was just saying that Karatsev's not making it easy for Djokovic to. So Djokovic was 5-1 up, but he's
Yeah.
won 3 games in a row, and he's got another breakpoint opportunity here. So
Breakpoint number 2
yeah,
or number 3.
breakpoint number
Okay,
2.
we're on sync.
Yeah, number 2.
How's the first set? Was it?
To be honest, the first set was good for the first 6 games, and then Djokovic broke, and it wasn't too much to it. This set, Djokovic, I thought he was going to absolutely like crush Karatsev because he was 5-1 up, right? But Karatsev's come back really well. Djokovic has
What a serve!
I know, great
What
serve,
a
right?
serve out wide.
He just managed to wrench it back again. So juice, and Karatsev's really trying to knock on the door, but Djokovic is trying his best to close it as much as possible. Oh, I thought that was I thought that was another really good return winner from Karatsev, who hit a fantastic one a couple of points ago cross court. Absolute cracker, but this time just dropped long, and Djokovic roars to the crowd. I was saying, Venu, I think they are allowed crowds, but it's only until midnight. So there's a midnight curfew.
Oh,
It's probably to avoid people going to like parties and stuff, I'm assuming. Or like getting drunk and then going out and stuff.
but it's not midnight though.
And Djokovic. Wow. So Karatsev puts a forehand long, and Djokovic, takes that set. So
And the Djokovic roar that we also used to at the end of the
exactly.
set.
Yeah.
It's his match. It's his match now, isn't it? I can't see Karatsev winning the next 3, especially against Djokovic.
Yeah, it's going to be really. I mean, I was saying yesterday they showed the stats for Nadal that he'd only lost, including the Tsitsipas one, twice from after being 2 sets to love up in a Grand Slam. And I was saying I'm assuming Djokovic has similar stats. I'm assuming.
This is the first time they're playing each other in an ATP tour. So
not surprised at all. I think I said that it would be because Karatsev. I mean, it's his first Grand Slam, right?
Yeah, he's 27. He's old. Yeah. He's older than me, and he's won in his career. He's won 3 matches and lost 10, whereas Djokovic has won 936 and lost 192, with 81 career titles, which I think's ridiculous. But it looks like I reckon Djokovic is going to get up to Nadal and Federer, especially after Nadal lost yesterday. So he remains on 20 Grand Slams.
Yeah, Djokovic, I mean, if he wins here, he'll be on 18. So then I think it's down to Nadal to win the French. Wimbledon, I think, is probably Djokovic will be the favourite. Before it would be Federer, but given like Federer obviously hasn't won a Grand Slam, I don't think, since 2017, I think. It hasn't won for a few years. And he might go on a good run, but I think Djokovic is definitely the favourite. And then US Open, Djokovic is probably the favourite as well. So, I mean, he could easily pick up 2, at least, I would say, this year. If Nadal can pick up 1, then you're on 21 and 19. And then Djokovic is on, Federer's on 20. I'd be surprised if Federer wins another Grand Slam, if I'm being honest. But if he's ever going to have a chance, it's going to be at Wimbledon, right?
Yeah.
So let's see. But I agree with you. I think it's going to be tough for. I mean, I think a lot of people think Djokovic is going to have the most Grand Slams, just because in terms of his longevity, it looks like he's pretty injury free compared to Nadal as well. Even though Nadal's only a little bit older, he's only a year older, but he gets injured a lot more.
Yeah.
Djokovic going cross court.
How long have you been watching for? For like an hour?
Yeah. What do you mean on here?
Yeah.
No, it's 24 minutes.
Oh, you just started then?
Yeah, 24 minutes, yeah. It was when I messaged you, I basically started.
All right, cool.
Djokovic is already 30 love up on Karatsev's serve, so
Yeah, he needs to hold here, Karatsev. Otherwise, all the momentum's with Djokovic, especially after winning the second set to go 2-love
yeah.
up.
He stopped that momentum Karatsev had when he won 3 games in a row, but then obviously just couldn't break again. And he's already 40 love up on Karatsev's serve after Karatsev just put one long on the backhand side cross court. You know what? It's funny if you look at the break points. Djokovic has had 3 opportunities, taken all 3. Karatsev's had 4 and only taken 1. So I think
Yeah,
that kind of speaks volumes, and it's about killer instinct a little bit as well.
and it shows how hard it is to break Djokovic, really.
Yeah, he served really well in the quarterfinal, and he served really well here today. Fantastic backhand though by Karatsev, set up the point nicely with his serve, and then came into the net, hit one down the line, really good. But yeah, I agree. Djokovic, I think in the quarterfinal is probably the best I've seen him serve in a long time. In terms of ground strokes, it's not the best, but in terms of serving, it was, and it means that you can just pick up 3 points. And I think he's hit more than double the amount of bases that Karatsev's hit so far, so that makes a difference. It's also, you have to take into account the fact that Djokovic is a better return than Karatsev, but still. Oh, he's just missed that forehand, and Djokovic is already a break up. This could be a very, very short stream, I think, potentially. To be honest, the one I'm looking forward to the most is tomorrow's Tsitsipas versus Medvedev. That'll be good. That should be a closer match, I think, on this for sure. You see, so I've got that on the ticker. Saka beat Serena 6-3, 6-4, and Brady beat Matrova 6-3, 6-4, 3-6.
Oh, Saka beat Serena.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Well done.
Yeah, so we both picked her, I think. Well, I picked her to win the tournament, and I said that she beat Serena as well. So I think she's just a little bit too young now for Serena. Serena's not the player she used to be. She's still exceptional player, like no doubt. But I think it's hard, right? She's been so good at a certain level, and she's still at a fantastic level. But these young guns coming through are doing it. I mean, that's what the young guns are trying to do against someone like Djokovic. But Djokovic isn't as old as Serena as well, so you've got to take that into account. Serena's like, she's closer to Federer's age, I think. So,
yeah, she is.
She's done fantastically well for sure. But Osaka is the favourite, I think, against Brady as well. Do you think it was? I was saying to you, like I messaged you saying, don't you think it's a bit weird that they've had 3 semi-finals on one day and then one tomorrow?
Yeah, I'm not sure why that is. Maybe it's for scheduling. Yeah, not sure why. Because I think Tsitsipas and Medvedev played yesterday, so it would have been unfair for them to play today. And the women's played. They didn't play yesterday, so they had a day of rest. Whereas these two did have a day of rest. So, although I would say I'm a bit against that because I know there's no other way around it, but Djokovic will have an extra day rest.
Yeah.
For the final, if he does win this, which he looks like he will.
Well, there is, because normally what they do is they do the women's semis on the Thursday, so like they would have played the 2 women's semis today, and then tomorrow would have been Djokovic and the Djokovic semi, which is on now, and also the Tsitsipas one. So you have the men's on Friday, because that's like remember whenever we grew up watching Wimbledon, that's you'd have Thursdays the women's semis, Fridays the men's semis, and Saturdays the women's final. So because it's every 2 days. And then Friday is the men's final. But they haven't done that for some reason, which is bizarre. It's good for Tsitsipas because he gets a rest, but then I think the men's is always on the Friday. So for Djokovic, it's worse because he, instead of getting 3 days, he got 2 days. But that's, I guess, more fair. But then he'll have 3 days for the final anyway. So either way, he's going to get more rest anyway. So I don't know. It's a weird one. I wouldn't have done it like that. And I think also it's a bit unfair on the women's, because for people who are watching like worldwide, if they'd had it so that, for example, Osaka was playing Serena now, then I'd be covering that. But obviously, I like to wake up at 4 a.m. in the morning to watch it. Like it's not doable, right? Like when you're working, Djokovic is just too good, absolutely too good, holding his serve with ease. Yeah, I'm just hoping that tomorrow's match is going to be more competitive. I mean, Karatsev, I think it's tough to kind of say to him like, oh, he should have put up more of a fight, etc. Because he's done so fantastically well. I think it's worth noting that he's never played a Grand Slam before, as Venu pointed out yesterday and also today. So I think the fact that he's even got this far is fantastic. And then really, I was saying, Venu, that there's a few things that are the hardest things to do in tennis. And one thing is playing Rafa at Roland Garros, which is probably number one. But then number two is probably Djokovic at Australian Open, I'd say, if you're talking about currently. So the fact that he's doing it, and look, I mean, he hasn't embarrassed himself at all. 6-3, 6-4. It's like there's no embarrassment in that. But I think he needs to hold here now to give himself any chance of salvaging this third set for sure. But yeah, Djokovic firmly in the driving seat.
Guess how many times Djokovic has won at the Australian Open?
200.
No, it's not. A bit less than 200.
152.
No, I meant how many grands? How many? Sorry, I didn't make that clear. How many? How many Grand Slams has he won? How many
eight.
Grand?
8.
Yeah. Is it 8? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, it's 8, and he's played 16 times.
Yeah, I know. That's what I said to you. He's basically like, I mean, he's not as dominant as Nadal is on clay, but I mean, he's pretty much the next best thing, right? Like,
so his win percentage,
50%.
Well, in terms of Grand Slams that he's played in, but in terms of the matches, he's won 75 matches in the Australian Open and lost only 8.
Yeah,
that's a win percentage of 90%. That's mad. And in comparison, let's look at Rafa Nadal at the French Open, which is his.
He's only lost twice there, I think. So it's gonna be 96% or something ridiculous.
Yeah, he's lost 3 times. He lost. Yeah, he's won out of. He's played the French Open 16 times. He's won 13 of them. Is it?
One of those losses, he had to retire injured as well. So like it wasn't even like a loss. There were
ridiculous.
One was Soderling and the other one was Djokovic, I think. Yeah. What's his win percentage?
98%. 100 games he's won and 2 games he's lost. I think one of them he has to pull out, so does that mean it's a loss? I don't know.
Yeah, it's a loss because it should.
So it should be 100-3. So I'm not sure about that stat, but it just shows, the most prolific player in Grand Slams. If you've got to pick one, it's Nadal's French Open. It's like safe bet, isn't it?
That's what I was saying. Like the hardest challenge is playing Nadal on clay at the French, but second is probably Djokovic at the Rod Laver Arena in Australia. I mean, Federer in Wimbledon is pretty good, but it won't be as good. I reckon it's probably something like 85%, maybe something like that. Because he's played quite a few Wimbledons. I think he's won.
Yeah, he has played quite
7.
a lot.
7 times, 8 times he's won it. 7, I think.
Yeah, he's won 8 times Wimbledon. 8 times. He had that magic streak of 5 between 2003 and 2008.
That was incredible.
It's incredible. So he's won 8 times out of 21 times he's entered, and that's 101 wins at Wimbledon and 13 losses, and that's a win percentage of 89%.
Yeah,
that's ridiculous.
Not bad.
And that's his best surface in terms of win percentages.
In terms of win percentages, yeah.
The next one is Australian Open actually on 87%, and then US Open 86%, and French is 80%. He's only had 1 win on the French Open in 2009. Yeah,
but he's made a lot of finals, which is why the percentage is so high. But Nadal just kept on pummeling him in the finals, which is probably. I don't think he's never beaten Nadal on clay at the French, which is probably something that he's just annoyed him so much, especially when he was like so dominant at Wimbledon for like those 5 years. Mm-hmm. He's probably thinking like, oh, I can do this, and then it just never happened. Go on.
Djokovic, yeah, Australian Open is Djokovic's best Grand Slam, 90% win percentage. What do you think second out of all the 4 Grand Slams?
I want to say US Open, but I think he's very good at Wimbledon as well.
Yeah, Wimbledon is
Wimbledon, right?
88% because he's won 5 times at Wimbledon. Out
And
of
US Open
15.
he's won 4 times, see?
3 times,
Okay.
but his win percentage is 86% there, and
So
83% for French Open. He's won that once.
Isn't it surprising that Nadal's won more US Opens than Djokovic?
That is surprising, isn't it? How many times has Nadal's won it?
He's won it 4 times, but he's only won the Australian Open once.
Yeah, but but look at how many times he's reached the final of the US Open. 1, 2, 3, 4. Djokovic is 5 times a finalist.
Okay.
Do you remember when Stan Wawrinka beat him 4 or 5 years ago in the final?
And Murray beat him.
Murray beat him, and Nadal beat him as well in the final. I think Federer must have beaten him.
Nadal hasn't beaten Djokovic. I was really hoping that we'd see Nadal Djokovic just because I wanted to see whether Nadal's game against Djokovic on hard is any better because he hasn't beaten him on the hard in ages. Oh, actually, talking of break points, Venu, Karatsev has 2 break back points here. He's 40-15 up on Djokovic's serve. So let's go back to the game.
He's going to serve big. He's going to serve big now. Watch.
Well, he's just hit the first serve into the net, so he's got second serve to look at. Karatsev here. Second serve to look at, and he goes to the backhand side down the tee. I mean, Karatsev, he's that's a huge forehand. He's broken back. What a forehand, Venu.
You're giving it away, Kazan.
Oh, are you behind me?
Yeah.
Hold on. I'm trying to do this.
Oh, that is a huge forehand. Oh, that is huge. Where's this guy come from? This literally guy, I've never seen him before until now. I had to Google him yesterday because I had no idea what he looked like.
Are you at the point where they're showing the replay of the forehand?
From the top. Yeah, just now.
And they're showing Djokovic hitting his hand with the racket.
Forehand replay now. And you can see him punching the air like that. That's what I do. And now Djokovic hitting his hand. What are you doing, Djokovic? Why are you giving your arm a massage? Could Karatsev do a sitter pass? Who knows? Who knows?
I mean, it would be it would be amazing if you did. What point? I'm 15. Love, are you there?
Just now, yeah.
Okay, perfect. Yeah. Karatsev serving here.
Yeah.
He's just bouncing the ball for me. Now he's about to serve now.
Yeah, you're slightly ahead of me.
Okay, that's fine. As long as it's only slightly rather than more.
You're like 5-6 seconds ahead of me.
Okay. Actually, I was fine. I'll just pause it 1 sec. 1, 2, 3.
You just serve now.
Okay, cool, perfect. Yeah, we should be at the same point now.
Second serve.
He just netted it into the net? No, you're not there then.
Second serve now. Second serve now.
Tell me when they zoom into his face.
Now.
Okay, yep, perfect, done. 15-all on a Karatsev serve. And hopefully me and Venu are in sync now.
Yeah, I think we're like 1 second off. It's fine.
So Karatsev's serving, not now. He's bouncing the ball, just started bouncing it.
Yeah, you're a second ahead of me.
Okay, that's fine. 1 second. 1. There you go. That should be
he
fine.
Just served now.
Yep. Okay.
Great. Who else? Was that in? Oh, it wasn't. Seconds. He's about bouncing the ball. Second serve.
Yeah.
He's about to hit it. I'll tell you when he's about to hit it.
Now?
Now.
Yeah, that's fine.
We're on sync. I bet the viewers are loving this.
No, they're definitely not. They're just like, shut up. They're like, get it sorted. Oh. Djokovic, wow, man at the net. Karatsev's come forward into the net, but Djokovic he didn't do well enough with the volley running, did he?
No. I'd love to play these guys. I'd just love to.
It'd be a fantastic challenge. I mean, it'd be bloody hard. The amount of topspin they put on the board to try and control it off the racket.
I just want to like tell Novak, can he go like 50% and see what can keep up?
I think we need them to go like probably 20%. I'd say if that, even if probably yeah.
Oh yeah, 20% for you, but probably 50% for me.
But let's not go into our win-loss ratio between me and you.
No, I play a lot better against better opposition. So
at the Fazan Venu Open. Karatsev, go on, Karatsev. I really want Karatsev to win this set. You know that.
yeah,
Just because I want Djokovic to have some type of challenge, and also like tomorrow, I don't think it's going to be in straight sets. Whoever wins that tomorrow, so I want it to be fair, so that both finalists will have equal rest.
backhand. Oh, Karatsev, he went for it. What are you trying to do? Just get it back in, mate.
Just
did you see the backhand exchange there?
Yeah, it's quality.
This is why you need a one-hand backhand. They could have just gone boing down the line.
No, but they can still go down the line with the two-hander.
Nah,
Venu loves a one-hander. He's team one-hander for sure. I don't mind either, to be honest. I think they're both.
Tsitsipas, I was impressed with his backhand yesterday. He won the match with a great backhand yesterday.
Yeah, he did. Yeah. Djokovic has got 2 breakbout points here, so let's see how this goes.
Karatsev just saved one.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, no, he's got no. Second serve. Sorry, my bad.
Second serve gone in now, and then Djokovic has gone down the line. Karatsev, this is good. But you know they had a 32-shot rally earlier.
Yeah, not surprised.
Yeah, Karatsev won it though as well with a drop shot. Oh, he's broken it.
What's he trying to do? Why was he doing that?
No, Venu, he's on the stretch. He's struggling to even get it back there. Djokovic is just pushing him too hard there, unfortunately. The problem is, I was saying Venu, but he faced Schwartzman, who's very quick across the ground. Like, he's very fit, and he gets to pretty much anything. But Djokovic is different because he's not just quick, he's elastic. So shots that we would expect to be winners aren't winners because he gets something on it. Like, he claws anything back, pretty much anything back, right? So Karatsev, he's hitting shots that he's thinking, you know what, this would be a winner against anyone else. And the fact that he's never played Novak means that he's not used to it. So he's having to play, you know what, like I say to you, like playing one extra shot can make a difference. And that's what's happening. Like, he's having to play at least 1, if not 2 more shots than he's used to playing against anyone else. And even though he's played Schwartzman, beaten him, he's beaten Dimitrov, these guys just are one level below Djokovic in terms of retrieval ability as well. So, and that's why he's struggling and that's why he's made so many unforced errors as well, because he thinks he has to go even bigger. And what happens when you hit? Oh my god! What's that? What happens when you go big with a winner, and you think it's going to be a winner, and then it doesn't pull off? What do you do? You just start hitting it harder and harder, right? Unfortunately, and that's what Karatsev's kind of. He's either doing that or he's trying to stick in the rally and take a bit off, but then it puts pressure on him because Djokovic then comes forward, right? It's difficult, I think. It's very, very difficult for Karatsev at the moment.
It's the most demoralizing thing when you break your opponent and you get broken back the next game. It's just like, why?
Yeah, 100%. I'll say, the most frustrating thing is, Benny, like when you hit a return winner, and then the next game, the next point, someone hits an ace, or like unreturnable. And especially when it opens up a break point, and you're just thinking to yourself, like, yes, I've done so well to with that return winner, it was a cracker, and the next thing you know, you're thinking, yeah, I've got a chance here. But it just doesn't pull off.
Coming to the net, Djokovic, I think that's a good plan.
Yeah, I agree. I think Karatsev's got to come to the net more, but I'm not sure 100%. Thing is, issues, I haven't seen loads of him. I've only seen him at the Australian Open, but from what I can tell, he's very solid off both wings. But Djokovic doesn't seem scared by him. What a serve down the tee. Fantastic serve. And Djokovic is now 30 love up. And what do you think, Venu? I think he's a break up now again. So writing on the wall now. Or are we going to see another little fight back from Karatsev?
I'm not sure. I think Djokovic has got this.
Yeah, same. I agree.
Karatsev, I think his unforced errors are creeping in.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
Well,
Although talking of unforced errors, Djokovic has just hit one of his own, dropped that one long, and yeah, Karatsev's got a little bit of a look in here. He's only 15-30 up on Djokovic's serve, but it's an opportunity. I think he's returned relatively well, Karatsev. I think. So let's see whether he can go quite big on the return here. So he's got a second serve to look at here as well, because Djokovic has just gone wide with the first serve. Oh man, I think tomorrow's match will be more exciting than he won't it. I think.
I would live streaming that.
If you're up for it, yeah, because I think that's a much better match from this. It's a much more even match. And Tsitsipas, you can draw over Tsitsipas's one-hander.
What a rally this is for Zon. Oh my goodness. Oh, Venu, just kiss it long. What's wrong with you?
Venu, you know you're at the bottom. You know where it says cam/mic.
Yeah.
Click that.
Yeah, I've just clicked it.
And then just go to audio.
Yeah.
And the mic and speaker is it saying connected to headset?
Oh, that's a good point. I'm not too sure.
No, but what do you mean? As in, go to audio. Then there's a drop down. So click the one that says headset microphone. There we go. And do that. So both a headset microphone. You're on mute.
I've changed it now.
There we go. Perfect. There you go. Perfect. Djokovic, though, 40-30 up on his serve. Yeah, fantastic stuff from Djokovic, I think. Yeah, that's it. You're clearer as well. I can't hear any background noise.
I know I did. I just plugged it in and
Yeah. It's
now I know.
I think what happens is because you came into the stream before, so then if you come to the stream, then you come back in after plugging in, it just takes the original settings.
Oh, I see. That makes sense. So
that's what I was thinking. Yeah, that might be why. And Djokovic has just held his serve there with a fantastic ace down the tee. This is going to be bloody tough.
Really good. He's brought his big serve when it matters. It's like
yeah, he has. I think his serving has been really good, and it's not really something that you normally associate with Djokovic, is it? Serving really is. It's more like being elastic. He's a very good returner. We think he's extremely good from the baseline, but I think he just proves more and more how he's an all-round player. He's a very well-rounded player. I would say technically, and I'll say this to you, even though I'm not the biggest fan of him personally, but as a player, he's probably the most. If I wanted to teach someone how to play tennis, it would probably be him. In terms of the way he plays, I think it'd probably be Djokovic, just because he's just so well rounded, and he's good at the net as well. He just maybe doesn't utilize it as much as some other players, but I just think he's so well rounded as a player. There's some others as well, to be fair, but Djokovic for me is just incredible. I mean, the way he moves, though, the only thing I'd say is that it's hard to teach that. But apart from that, it's just he looks very fluid the way he plays, like his forehand, backhand, everything else. Fantastic forehand by Djokovic. I mean, I love those forehands, Benny, where it pops up and they hit the high ball with so much topspin.
Yeah,
I love hitting those in real life as well, but only when they go in.
Yeah, which is 1 in 100.
1 in 100. It's a bit harsh. I'd say maybe 1 every 10. Karatsev comes in.
Oh, that's a bad miss.
Oh no!
He's lost it. Djokovic has got to him.
Oh, that's a bad miss. That's a really, really bad miss. I feel bad for him. You know that?
I don't.
Why?
It's competitive tennis. I'm not feeling bad for anyone.
But I feel bad for him because it's his first Grand Slam and he's done so well, and just he could have got a bit more of a favourable draw, let's say.
But he's done incredibly well for himself. He should be proud of himself.
Yeah, 100%.
I don't think we should feel sorry for him.
Actually, no. Let me rephrase that. I feel sorry for everyone else apart from the big three because they would have won so many. If it was any other era, they would have won so many more Grand Slams. But it's just so bloody hard to at the moment with those. I mean, especially with Djokovic and Nadal now anyway. And our teams won one, I know, but even then, it's just not the same.
Yeah, I get your point, but
would you like to see a new winner? Would you prefer to see Tsitsipas or Medvedev win this, or would you prefer Djokovic won this Australian Open?
I'm not really fussed who wins, really. I just want them to play good tennis and push each other. And if Tsitsipas or Zverev do beat
Medvedev
do beat Djokovic in the final, it looks like Djokovic will get to the final after this game.
Yeah.
And fair enough. Like the thing is, like everyone's saying, like Murray could have won more Grand Slams if it wasn't for the big three, but Andy Murray had to improve his tennis a lot
that's true.
because of these guys. And I just don't like the argument saying, if any other player had another era, they would have won so many Grand Slams. But these guys have done so much with tennis, ridiculous.
They have.
They're taking it to another level.
They have. And Djokovic has just broken Karatsev.
Yeah.
Go 5-2 up, and it looks like we are not going to be streaming for much longer because Djokovic is going to be serving for the set at 5-2. And it's been a very professional performance, Venu, hasn't it?
Yeah, that's a good word to use for professional. I'll say clinical as well, to be honest.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I think it's been very clinical. He's been broken a couple of times, but to be honest, when he has, he's pretty much broken back straight away. So, yeah, I mean, I think it's been a very clinical and professional performance. I think I agree, and he's been very impressive. I have to say, no signs of injury. I don't think.
I'd be really interested on how Karatsev does in the next Grand Slam, whatever that'll be.
It's the French Open, but
I'll be interested to see how he does in that. I can take a lot of confidence from this.
I agree. I think the issue with the French Open is that only surfaces play a massive part because, you know, a lot of these players, when you were talking about before, that a lot of these players are, in terms of their ability and skill level, at a similar level. But if you have a slight preference in terms of your game is more suited to a surface, then obviously that comes out in Grand Slams because then you don't go as far as maybe others. I would say Karatsev, his game's probably not suited to clay as much as the hard court even, sorry. So I don't know. We'll see. He might be very good on the clay, but historically, Russian players and people from Eastern Europe, because the style that they normally play with, which is it's not as huge topspin heavy. If you look at someone like Medvedev, I don't think Medvedev would do particularly well at the French, but I think Medvedev would do well at Wimbledon. I think he'd be able to do quite well there, to be fair. But we'll see. I'm interested to see how he does for the rest of the year, Venu, actually. I think we'll be keeping tabs on him.
Yeah, that's for sure. I know what he looks like now, so
yeah, exactly. Know what he looks like, exactly. And to be fair, I mean, let's quickly just go through the people he's beaten before he potentially gets beaten here. I mean, he's beaten Felix Auger-Aliassime, the number 20 seed from Canada, who's a fantastic talent. He beat Dimitrov, who'd just beaten Thiem as well. So, incredible win. And he beat Schwartzman, the number 8 seed from Argentina. So, and actually, hold on, did he not beat Wawrinka in the first round? 1 second. I'm pretty sure he did. If he has, what a run. Seriously, what a run. So I'm just going through it now. No, he didn't. So he beat Mega in the first round, Gerasimov in the second, but yeah, Schwartzman in the third, Auger-Aliassime in the fourth, Dimitrov in the quarters, and now he's facing Djokovic here. So, fantastic run. That's what I'm going to say.
He should be proud of himself.
100%.
And now he's got 3 match points to save, or 2 match points to save.
Yep, 2 match points to save. Djokovic serving now here for the set and the match and a place in the final, which, judging from what Venu's saying, this must be his... Oh, he seals it with an ace. Seals it with an ace.
Classic Djokovic. Classic way to end the match. It will be his... Oh, that's interesting, Kazan.
What?
Whenever if he makes the final, he wins it. So he's
What
been
if-
in 8 finals, and he's
Yep.
won all 8 of them.
Yeah, he's never lost a semi-final or final in the Australian Open.
That's mad. So
Isn't that crazy?
that is crazy.
Absolute, yeah. Well, I'm kind of I would prefer it. I don't mind out Medvedev and Djokovic, but I'm rooting for Tsitsipas. Tsitsipas was my pick to win the tournament, so I have to back him. So I'm going to stick with him. Yeah. What do you think of tomorrow's match, Venu? If we potentially stream it, who do you think would win that?
Ooh, it's a
Tsitsipas and
hard one.
Medvedev.
I've got Tsitsipas because he has a one-hand backhand. So I'm gonna.
Venu's thinking is with the one-hander. That makes sense.
So I'm looking forward to, and Tsitsipas will be rallying after his fantastic win over Nadal yesterday, and especially his 2 sets to love down.
Yep.
And I think, was he a breakdown in the third? He might have been a breakdown in the third. I may be wrong, but
No, so in the third, he won the tiebreak, didn't he? So
yeah,
which if he'd lost, he would have lost the match. So
yeah.
I think, yeah, I think, but Tsitsipas said after in the press conference that like it's funny. He's quite a funny character. He said I woke up in the morning and I had this state of like nirvana, like I'm just relaxed and I was like whatever it will be, like it will be. I went onto the court and I was very like. I think he was trying to say he was a little bit he was tuned in, but he wasn't too worried about anything. When his 2 sets to love down, he was calm, and that's why he was able to recover. But yeah, just to touch upon Djokovic and Karatsev, I mean, yeah, as we touched upon, Karatsev had a fantastic tournament, so really well played team. I'm assuming his ranking is going to skyrocket after this run into the semi-finals here. And Djokovic, go on.
Djokovic is number 1, and Karatsev is ranked 114.
Yes, I'm assuming he's going to break into maybe potentially the top 50, if not the top. I mean, he definitely will break into the top 100 after this. And Djokovic, I mean, obviously, as we said, hasn't lost a single semi-final or final in the Australian Open. So I think he was a favourite going into the tournament, but now he's a very strong favourite going into the final. I'd say.
It's like I'm pretty sure. If I was a betting man, I'll bet on Djokovic winning his 9th Australian Open on Sunday.
Yeah, no, I agree. Interesting because yeah, neither do I. But yeah, so tomorrow there's only one match on tomorrow, which is the match between Tsitsipas and Medvedev, which is going to start 8:30. But yeah, Venu, are you up for doing that, or should we talk about it later?
I'll talk about it later.
Yeah, and yes, that's tomorrow, Friday, 8:30 in the morning. Number 4 seed against number 5 seed, so it's a very even match as well. The Medvedev is the ATP Tour winner from 2020, and Tsitsipas is the ATP Finals winner from 2019. So those are the 2 big wins that they've both had. And Medvedev's got to a final of a slam before, but lost. And Tsitsipas, I think, has only got to a semi. I think he's ever got to a final, from what I know. So that's going to be a very intriguing matchup. As for the women's, Osaka, as we said, beat Serena in straight sets, which I think was a fantastic win from her. Yeah, go on, Venu. You're on mute.
Thought, it'd be nice to add the head-to-head between Medvedev and Tsitsipas.
Yeah, go for it.
Is on
2-2.
No, it's not. It's actually 5-1 to Medvedev.
Oh wow!
And yeah, the last time they played was the ATP Tour Finals, and that was the round robin where I think Tsitsipas won 7-6, 6-4. So the most recent win was so Tsitsipas has won the most recently, but the 5 games before that, he has won. And the last time they played is it a major?
Yeah,
it's the US Open in 2018, and Medvedev won 6-4, 6-3, 4-6, 6-3. So
okay.
So according to the stats, Medvedev probably is more likely the favorite to win, and he is the higher ranked player as well. But Tsitsipas is looking good as well. So that's the match of the tournament. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I think this actually is going to be the in terms of a matchup. This is the best match of the men's because the final, I don't think. I mean, it depends really. Obviously, finals can be crackers, but Djokovic will definitely go into that strong favourite. So on paper, I think this is the best matchup we're going to see for the rest of the tournament now, and probably before the tournament. Nadal Tsitsipas was good on paper, but this Medvedev versus Tsitsipas, I think the rankings, kind of where both are in their careers, that very similar levels. And Medvedev versus Tsitsipas tomorrow is going to be an absolute cracker, I think. And Medvedev, I mean, his game is so different to Nadal's, right? Like he hits very low over the net, not a huge amount of topspin. He's very awkward, very skiddy. So Tsitsipas is going to have to adjust. I'm assuming Tsitsipas is going to play a lot more backhand slices because he's not going to have those looping balls to the backhand, which he had against Nadal. So that's going to be a cracker. So hopefully, if not with you, I'll definitely be streaming it tomorrow, and hopefully Venu will be joining as well. But yeah, guys, thank you very much for tuning in. If you are watching right now, please make sure you like this video. And for everyone who hasn't already, please make sure you do subscribe. Djokovic through to his 9th final. And can he make it 9 wins from 9 finals in the Australian Open? He's never lost, as we just said, a semi or a final in the Aussie Open. Incredible stats. And he marches on after a very impressive performance against Karatsev, 6-3, 6-4, 6-2. Cracking performance. And yeah, that's it. And in the women's, we've got a final set up for Osaka versus Brady. Brady making her first ever Grand Slam final, the number 22 seed from America, and that will be on Saturday. Okay, Venu, anything you want to touch upon before we wrap up?
Not really. No, I'm just looking forward to the conclusion of this tournament.
100%. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to tomorrow's match actually. So fingers crossed. It's a lot more competitive than today's. But well played to Karatsev, though. I think I don't want to be critical because I don't think you can be critical. The run that he's been on has been fantastic. Okay, thanks very much, guys. Have a good one, and we'll see you on the next stream and video. Thank you very much.